Autumn season, fruitful, built by our company. Zhongyuan and Huyi Hongsifeng Fertilizer Joint Stock Company. 50,000 tons per year Mannheim Potassium Sulfate project. After the unremitting efforts of the project team, with the strong support of the owners, the project construction has been successfully completed with safety and high quality. Mannheim method potassium sulfate originated in Germany. This process is currently the most mature one. The production of potassium sulfate is of high quality, high absorption rate of water-soluble potassium. Our company is based on the original, through more than 10 years of equipment, manufacturing and production practice experience. Reduce equipment maintenance costs by 60%, 20% reduction in energy consumption, and the production capacity of a single production line is increased by about 20%. Right now, we're in feedstock systems. It is mainly composed of raw material hoists, vibrating screen, raw material bag, dust collector, raw material scraper, potassium chloride silo, sulfuric acid high tank and other equipment, raw material hoist. The main function is through its lifting and conveying function, transporting potassium chloride to vibrating screens and raw material scrapers. Potassium chloride raw materials enter the vibrating screen into raw material scraper, scraper, delivering potassium chloride to various potassium chloride silos. Temporary storage. 98% concentrated sulfuric acid stored in sulfuric acid tanks, delivered to sulfuric acid high tank through sulfuric acid transfer pump. The function of the weightlessness scale is the potassium chloride in the potassium chloride silo, according to a certain amount of feeding, conveyed into the reaction furnace at a uniform speed. At the same time, the sulfuric acid in the high tank of sulfuric acid, after solenoid flowmeter and regulating valve, conduct metering and control. The two materials are adjusted by PID, realize automatic proportional feeding. Therefore, the finished product index of potassium sulfate is more stable. Here's what we see. The core equipment in the entire production of potassium sulfate. Mannheim reactor, mainly divided into combustion chamber, reaction chamber, smokestack chamber. Potassium chloride and sulfuric acid go through high temperature, complete reaction in the reaction chamber, generating potassium sulfate and hydrogen chloride gas. The reactor body is mainly composed of high alumina bricks, silicon carbide bricks, and phosphate bricks. Insulation bricks and other refractory materials are masonry. The main components of the furnace are corrosion-resistant, high-temperature resistant alloy castings. Its main function is to stir the material, enable the raw materials to react adequately. At the same time, the generated potassium sulfate from the reactor referral to the cooling pusher. Heat required for the reactor, mainly composed of natural gas, liquefied gas, and coal gas, produced by the combustion of energy sources such as heavy oil. Different energy sources are equipped with different burners, simultaneous flame detection, and combustion chamber temperature, automatic control with the burner, reactor main engine transmission equipment, mainly through the main engine, motor, and gear reducer, drive the main shaft of the reactor and the rate teeth in the furnace to rotate. Mixing material. The equipment is a cooling pusher, equipment body with cooling water jacket. The main function is to stir through the pusher the high-temperature potassium sulfate that will be produced from the reaction furnace to cool down, and large pieces of potassium sulfate crushed, and the potassium sulfate is transported to the gas seal screw discharge machine, while preventing cold air from entering the reactor. Transfer the material from the pusher into the finished scraper with bottom water jacket, while cooling potassium sulfate, conveying potassium sulfate to a finished product hoist. Finished product hoist, mainly upgrade materials to finished product packaging processes. Potassium sulfate lifted by the finished product hoist, enter the trommel screen for screening. The powder enters the finished product warehouse, waiting for packaging. Waiting for the packaging granules to enter the industrial crusher for crushing. The crushed potassium sulfate enters the finished product hoist. Potassium sulfate thus generated by the entire finished product packaging process. Recycling through a bag filter. and enter the finished product warehouse. The device is a carbon crystal cooler. It's made of graphite. The main function is to convert the high-temperature hydrogen chloride generated by the reaction, gas washing, purification, cooling, reach the temperature required for hydrogen chloride tail gas absorption. Carbon crystal cooler. The cooled hydrogen chloride gas enters the sulfuric acid scrubber. The equipment is a packed tower. Built-in drop-resistant ceramic filler. Shell is fiberglass. Its main function is to circulate the spirit through the pump, remove dust, sulfuric acid, and other impurities. After the purified hydrogen chloride gas is deformed by a deforming tower, enter the falling film absorption tower. Inside the falling film absorption tower, it is made of impermeable graphite material. It is the main equipment for absorbing hydrogen chloride to produce hydrochloric acid. Falling film absorption tower. Unabsorbed hydrogen chloride gas enters the hydrogen chloride fan. The main function of hydrogen chloride fan to maintain the negative pressure in the reaction chamber and absorption system. Prevent hydrogen chloride gas leakage. Hydrogen chloride enters the hydrochloric acid tail gas absorption tower after passing through the fan. The equipment is a packed tower. Acid-resistant ceramic filler inside. Shell is fiberglass. Its main function is to spray through a pump. Absorb residual hydrogen chloride gas. Make the entire hydrochloric acid absorption system. Exhaust emissions meet national and local standards. The acid prepared from falling film absorption tower. After concentration testing and sampling, enter the acid intermediate tank for temporary storage. Then it is transported to the large hydrochloric acid storage tank through the hydrochloric acid transfer pump. The cold water pump pumps circulating water out of the cold pool, delivered to the high water tank on the roof. Circulating water in high water pipes, through the pipe into the water distributor. The main function of the water distributor is to equipment that requires cooling of the system. To cool, circulating hot water after heat exchange. After entering the backwater bucket, enter the hot water tank. The hot water in the hot water tank enters through the hot water pump, cooling tower. After the hot water is cooled, it enters the cold pool. DCS distributor control system for potassium sulfate process in Mannheim. It's the brain of the craft. Operating parameters of all power equipment, temperature, pressure, liquid level, traffic and other data. All are displayed and automatically controlled by DCS, able to effectively monitor and manage the process, make production run more stably. The auxiliary heater mainly uses gas after combustion, residual heat of flue gas, heating the combustion supporting air of the burner, in order to achieve the effect of reducing gas consumption. After the flue gas comes out of the auxiliary heater, arrive at the desulfurization and out-of-stock equipment for sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides in flue gas process, reduce its content, make flue gas emissions meet national standards. This project is designed and produced by our company. Installation, commissioning and guidance training. Provide a complete set of potassium sulfate production lines for downstream customers. Turnkey project aims to provide customers with the best quality water-soluble potash fertilizer. Currently, our company is the largest in Mannheim in the country. Production enterprise of potassium sulfate EPC project. The complete set of production equipment has gone abroad. Export to Pakistan, Jordan, Vietnam, Egypt and other countries. Dahua Group. We are willing to provide our customers with high-quality products, superb service. We will cooperate with you wholeheartedly. Create a better future together.